Hi, good morning. It's Heini from Heine's Homemade Cakes. I'm here in the Sunny Market Deeping, and I'm gonna show you a few bits that I'm going to do for a TikTok cake for this weekend. TikTok is quite popular at the moment, so the colors I'm using is a light pink, fuchsia pink, and light blue. These are all modeling paste. They're not fondant, so don't try to do this with a fondant because it's not going to work. Fondant is just not hard enough to hold up for a headphone that I'm going to put on the top of the cake. Although you can use fondant for the stars that I'm just going to cut out. So for the stars, I've got parchment paper and then a small rolling pin. Then what I'm gonna do, I have worked these before I turn the video on because they are rock hard. Gum paste is rock hard. I can't even break it without, warming it up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna roll out. I need one for a moment. I'm just going to roll out the blue. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, can't you? I might just change. Okay. So this is a very soft modeling paste or gum paste. They're a lot harder when they dry. They're a lot harder than fondant. So they keep well. They're not fragile as much as fondant is. And these bakes, they're going to go on a 5-inch cake. So I have got a 5-inch tin here just to get the proportions right. So I've got a few star cutters as well. Out of these, I think I'm gonna use maybe the middle one. The small one is too fiddly, so I'm just gonna cut out a few blue stars. Let me know in the comments where you're from and what your company name is, if you do cakes or if you have a bakery and you found me on YouTube watching this, then please let me know and I will click on your site as well and be a bit nosy. So I like doing that. I do that with the local cake makers. I check occasionally. I go on their Facebook page or on their website just to check what they're doing, because I don't want to be doing the same. I'd like to be offering different things. I don't think it's very good if in an area like there's like 5 cake makers and they all do the same. I think it's nice to do different things, nice to offer different things for customers, so customers can choose, from different styles of cakes or biscuits. Modeling paste dries very quick as well, so you have to work quite fast with it. You can make pretty flowers with modeling paste as well. The real looking roses, you can do that with using modeling paste. You can certainly not do that with fondant because it's just not gonna hold its shape. Okay, my cutters just decided to give up. So I've got a few stars, blue stars here, so I'm just gonna drag them on the side to let them dry. And one other important thing with modeling paste, you always have to wrap them up when you're finished working with it, because it's gonna dry out, and next time you try to work with it, it's all just gonna crumble. Okay, so I'm gonna make some pretty fuchsia stars. These stars, they will all go on a buttercream cake. You can put fondant or gum paste on buttercream cakes as well. If you're using American style buttercream, that will harden or frost over, and then you can stick them on with a bit of water or with a bit of glue. But I use Swiss meringue buttercream, which doesn't frost over, so that makes my life a little bit easier, because I can just attach these decorations onto the cake whenever I want to, and they will stay there. These star cutters were one of my first bits I purchased for cake decorating, and they're still going, they just fall apart at times. I use parchment paper under the gum paste, because that way they're not gonna stick on the mat I'm using. This is a non-stick mat anyway, but I found that it's easier if I just put it on parchment paper, and it makes my life easier. And so I get a clean cut. When I press down on the gum paste with this cutter, I just do this on the parchment paper, and I'm doing that because then you're gonna get a clean cut. You're not gonna get the little, what do you call them, like rough bits when you just lift it out. I'll show you in a minute. So I do one like this. So I just put it in, and then when you will struggle to get this out anyway, but when you get it out, it loses its form, shape, and also you can see the little bits on the side. It's because I didn't do this movement with it. Okay, just a few more, and then I'm gonna do a headphone as well for this cake. Are you on TikTok? I'm not on TikTok. I'm not even sure what it is, to be honest. I know you can, I know it's about music, and you can maybe sing a song or dance and then upload it and get your friends to do the same, something like that. I'm really behind with technology, guys. saying that, I used to work in a phone shop. That was quite a few years ago now. But yeah, since then I don't really follow technology, which is a shame because I should. There's things coming out every day which might help our lives. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I've got my stars. I think this is plenty of stars for a 5-inch cake. So next thing I'm gonna do is my headphone. So I've got these 2 different colored gum paste. I have to constantly work them so they don't harden. And I usually have a picture on my phone that I look at and work from that. So I see the picture and then I just copy it, or sometimes I draw it myself. Then most of the times I just save a few pictures that I like, for example, for I don't know, a guitar or a cake topper, and I take different elements of different toppers or figures, and then I blend and then I make it into one. So because if I find something, I don't know, like a toy animal that I wanna make it into fondant, then I might not like the eyes, so I find another one and then I use the eyes from that other animal, if that makes sense. Right, so what we need like a long piece for the head bit, something like this, and then we need to make 2 sort of round shapes for the sides. This don't look like a very nice model, but it's not going to look like that. I'm just doing this to get the proportions right. Alright, so when I've done that, I take the cake tin, and then just do this. And yeah, that looks about right. So take them apart again. Yeah, I'll do this first. I'll do this head bit first, because if there's any left over, then I can put that into the ear bit. Sorry about my English. My explanations are sometimes not very good. Okay. So to get the exact same size for the 2 ear pieces, then I'll just do like a sausage and then cut that into 2. Then I know they're gonna be exactly the same size. I'm gonna use the pink, the light pink bit is the inside of the headphones, the soft, the padded bit that goes on your ear. Sausage again. I keep checking the proportions because if it's easier to fix it now than later. If anything is too big or too small, then I can change it now. To cut a straight line, I need a ruler and got my knife somewhere else here. And we've got a stitching tool. I love this. I can that's it. So I can put indentations in to look like it's been stitched. You can get spacers as well online. Spacers are like just two plastic bits, like sticks, that you put on each side of the fondant that you're rolling out, and then with that you're gonna get an even thickness. I haven't found it really necessary just yet to buy that tool. Because I buy anything I can anyway. For my cakes. I've got lines on my mat as well, so these help me to get like a nice strip. Okay, so stitching. I'll do that on both sides. I might even put like a line along here, just so it looks like two material, two sheets of materials being put together. Alright, okay, so I've got this. Now I can do, I didn't have much left over. I can work with my So I've got this here. Now I need to find something that will support this pair of headphones whilst they're drying. That's one challenge all the time when I make models. Some of them stand up on their own, like dinosaurs I've done recently. I just stand them up and they stay there until they dry and longer. But headphones, there's something that not very, they're an unusual shape, so they need support once they're drying. Okay, so I might actually do a bit more of this. So sometimes I get the portions wrong. This is too flat. This wouldn't look nice with this on someone's ears, so I want to make this a little bit thicker. So I'm just gonna add some more of this light pink. Sorry, I'm just time watching as well. I've got some time to do this whilst my daughter is at nursery. I can't do it when she's at home. Okay. I still find it a bit too thin, but we will see in a minute. I can use this a bit bigger. I'm just going to make these a bit more neat, a bit neater by putting them in my cutter, pressing the sides down. The inside doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if you've got fingerprints on it, because the padding's gonna go on them, so you won't be able to see the fingerprints. Now with these, I'd like to make 2 small holes in the inside which I didn't have the right size cutter for, so I'm just gonna use this. This is the storage thingy for my thermometer that I use for my oh, that might be too big as well. What am I gonna use now? Too big. So this is too small, but I'm just gonna have to go with the flow now. I'd much rather make it smaller, because then I can make the hole bigger, but if I cut too big of a hole, I cannot make that smaller after I've cut it, if that makes sense. I think this might be the perfect size. Okay, so they look like two donuts right now. Okay, and then I'm going to, with this sharp tool, I'm just gonna put some crease marks inside the middle, and I'll do that on both of these rings, also on the outside of them, so they look like they're fabric or some kind of a leather texture. Right. So I'll show you what I was talking about. See the little lines I've put in, so that's gonna go on there, and then see that? Yeah. And I'll just do the sides of this. Texturing is very important. You will just set your cakes apart if you use texturing on your modeling, on your models, then they'll look so much nicer. They take time, so they take longer to make, but they will look so much nicer. So the inside of these, I'm just gonna put some holes, like as they were like a headphone inside bit. sorry, I'm really not good with these technical terms. So the outside, I'm just gonna use edible glue. You could use water. I usually use edible glue because that's just easier for me. And sometimes gum paste is very sticky anyway, especially in humid weather in the summer when you work with it. You don't have to use glue because it's just so sticky, it just sticks anyway. Okay, so oh, hold on, we forgot something. Mistake, I forgot this bit. Right, so I'm just gonna cut the two end bits of this strip off because they're not very even, like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it flat now, like that. Just checking if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, bit of glue. Perhaps I should put 2 cocktail sticks at the end of these, because that's going to be stuck into the cake, so these headphones can stand up. So I'm just going to stick that in the bottom side of it, and then one on this side. And then the donut shapes can go on as well. Now, on both sides. Now, the only thing we need to make sure now is that it dries in the correct shape. So I'm just gonna find something that is, you need to be very creative at this stage, because if it doesn't dry in the right shape, it's just not gonna look right. So I've got some more icing parchment paper, and then I have a fake cake tier. It's just polystyrene, food safe as well. So I'm gonna do, I've got this, it might be a bit too big, but we will see in a minute. Just take it out now. So I would like these to look about sort of like this. Obviously with this, they look like headphones a little bit, yeah. I might even not need anything to support this, because it's been on my mat for a while, so it's hardened a little bit, which means it's not losing its shape. But I think just in case, I'm just going to put something there anyway. Most of the times just a bit of kitchen roll or a bit of tissue is enough to support your models. So I'm gonna leave this like that, and then these are gonna be the headphones on my TikTok cake at the weekend. So this video is going to go on my YouTube channel. My first, actually it's not the first video because I have registered a couple of days ago. So hopefully you will see more. If you're interested and if you like my videos, please give me a like and maybe share it on social media. And if there's something specific you'd like to see, you can comment, and I do my best to upload a tutorial. Alright, thank you and have a nice Wednesday afternoon. Bye bye.